Kyle, Wisconsin coming up. Where's your mind at in terms of getting ready for that one?
Mine's at how we approach every week. Starting on Monday, it's the new plan, new target in sight. This week it's the Badgers. Come and just attack the preparation like we do every week. I think we do a really good job of laying out a game plan at the start of the week, how we're going to attack it and slowly getting through it. Today is our biggest day, obviously. Great practice, a lot of contact, a lot of physicality. Got to get ready for that physical offense we're about to face.
I want to say this is this program's first home non-conference game against the Power 5 in like 25 years. Obviously, you guys have to stay focused on the task at hand, not let it get bigger than it is. But is there any part of you that kind of looks forward to a challenge like this? Doesn't come around as often?
Well, absolutely. Anytime you get a team coming into our house, we got to protect the house, and so that's the biggest thing. We have in our locker rooms, protect the den. And this is what it is. We're the Coug Den up here, and we got to protect it. Can't let no Badgers come up and try to start some stuff. So that's what we're about right now. It's obviously a great opportunity to show what we can do. Like Coach said earlier, it's a great chance to show what we can do on a national stage, and we're going to be ready for it.
Kyle, I feel like when I talk to linebackers, they almost take it as like a personal insult if you think you can, run through the gaps at them. Just how much pride does it take to go up against a team that likes to run the ball and try and stop?
Well, it's everything. I mean, you talk to any defensive guy, especially defensive coaches, the first thing they're going to say is we got to be able to take away the run. That's defense 101. Got to stop the run. And so as a defensive person, that's the motto. That's the lifestyle. You play defense so that you can hit people when they try to run the ball. So that's what we're going to live by, and obviously with Wisconsin especially, obviously we know they've changed the offense a little bit, or a lot of bit, but they're still going to try to run the football, and we'll be ready for it.
Sellout crowd, honoring Coach Leach. There's going to be a lot of emotions in the stands, and I have to imagine for you guys on the field. Do you talk about that at all in the week ahead or week leading up to the game, and how do you manage those emotions on the field, not let the moment?
Well, I think what you just talked about is how we manage it by talking about it kind of throughout the week. It's not a surprise. We don't let it be a surprise on game day. Oh, hey, it's a sold-out crowd. Like, we know going into the game that's what it's going to be, so it doesn't surprise anyone, so that it's not as big of an emotional distraction as more of it is emotional motivator. And then obviously the Coach Leach thing, a couple guys still on the team have personal connections to Leach. A lot of the guys on the staff have personal connections. So like I said, just talking about it throughout the week, and when it's kind of on your mind throughout the week, it helps it not be a distraction when it comes time to perform.
Can you glean anything from last year's game?
Last year's game? Just we know what kind of physical style they're going to be. They showed that last year, and they're obviously, while different, like we said, different style, it's still got the same physical people behind it, a lot of returners on offense, so we know it's going to be a big challenge on defense, and we'll be ready for it.
How important is playing a team like Wisconsin and the talent that they have get you ready for a tough Pac-12 schedule?
Well, I think it's awesome because it just helps, like you talked about, it helps us prepare for conference play. We love to play Colorado States, and you love stuff like that, but you do need to see big body teams that have some big physical linemen, so that way when we start rolling into Pac-12 play, we'll be ready for it.
You kind of touched on how different their offense is between trying to spread it out more. Does that change your approach on defense at all, or how does that kind of compare to last year?
Obviously there's some slight changes just because of the different types of styles. Got to defend it a little differently, but for the most part, we're just going to attack it. We know, like we talked about, got to stop the run. Got to stop the run. We know that's the biggest thing. They got two great running backs, and so that's where our focus is right now.
I think Jake said yesterday that there might not be two better running backs on one team than what Wisconsin has. As a linebacker, does that fire you up at all, or how do you look forward to that?
Oh, absolutely. That's a challenge. That means we got to come rise to the occasion. I would say that I think we got two better running backs here. Shout out Nakia and Jenkins. But yeah, absolutely. Linebackers, our direct component is the running back. So anytime we got some good running backs coming in, we know it's our time to rise, and we'll be ready for it. So.